Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Market Snapshot series. My name is Rufas Kamau, Market Analyst at FX Pesa. So as you all know, today is Thursday. So we'll be looking at what's happening in the markets today. That is from the economic calendar. At the same time, we look at the price action key market levels. And once we are through with that, hopefully we get to create value for everyone. So once you join, kindly say hi in the live comment section. And at the same time, if you have any questions relating to the presentation, then feel free to raise those questions. All right, let's get this started. So there's quite a number of things happening in the market this week. One of the most impressive things that we are seeing happening is the movement of the price of Bitcoin traded against the US dollar. The Bitcoin price made a big spike this week, and it's quite impressive for Bitcoin investors. As you can see, from right from Monday, I think this is the very price of Monday, the market has really gone up by an estimated 13%. So since the beginning of the year, Bitcoin has proved to be one of the most resilient assets, and of course, almost the best performing asset in the market right now. Of course, there are stocks that have done way better, but Bitcoin has beaten some key assets, including the top market indices, oil, as well as other currencies. So right from the beginning of the year, this is where the market started at the beginning of the year of the 1st of January. Comparing to this, the current price, you can see that Bitcoin is up about 50%. So this is a big momentum, and it's also indicating some decoupling. Traditionally, in the past couple of years, we have seen a very strong correlation between US equities and Bitcoin. So whenever the S&P 500 goes up, Bitcoin tends to follow suit. Same case applies to the Nasdaq as well as the Dow Jones. So in this case, we are seeing a big discrepancy where Bitcoin is making much bigger strides compared to both S&P 500, Nasdaq, and the Dow Jones. So there could be a chance that this year we might be seeing a decoupling, or basically the death of the correlation between the two. So for now, it remains a good momentum. We don't have a resistance in sight. So the only resistance we have is the previous high, and this was the high that we experienced in August last year. And the high is at table around $5,210 per bit. So there is a good chance we're seeing Bitcoin test that particular resistance. And once we break this resistance, then we have some even analysis. So that's one of the key highlights. So the other highlight is Brent oil. Brent oil is doing quite well today. So as you can see, for the better part of this week, we started with seeing Brent oil sideways before it broke towards the lower side on Tuesday. Then Wednesday, that is yesterday, attempted pull down even lower. But then towards the evening, with some recovery. And today, it seems that we are seeing some strong momentum in Brent oil. So if I remove my accumulated bias here, zoom out my chart, then this is a technical what we have. So remember, I've been putting this for quite a while now, where oil prices are forming some bullish channel here. So we can all see this momentum happening here, where the price is forming continuously higher highs as well as higher lows. So this is a trend that started in around 9th of December, from this swing up, swing down, swing up, swing down. So here we were losing faith for a moment, where oil prices were making a pullback. This was early this week. But then, since yesterday's low, we are seeing some momentum, which basically implies that this bearish momentum only lasted for a short period. And now we are seeing some same price action. We're expecting to see the market continue to up. So this is the pattern that we are seeing for market making these swings towards the lower side. Now, from the 1 hour chart, you can see that we are well on course to continue the journey towards the upper trend line, and these only implies some momentum. So at the same time, we saw economic data coming from the US being pretty strong, and as a result of these, we have seen some volatility happening in the dollar index. So dollar index was largely trading sideways in these sideways momentum. So after last week's news, sorry, not last week, but Tuesday's news about the US CPI, we saw the dollar strengthening here and continued strengthening yesterday before losing for a while towards the end of the day. And now we are back into the same sideways momentum pattern. So seems like we'll be seeing the dollar continue to weaken for the day. But then if it manages to break the 13.719 level, then it might be to the upper side. So that being mentioned, if you look at the UK 100, still cruising to even higher highs. So after making a short form pullback, didn't quite get to the lower trend line, pumped even higher, and now we are seeing an almost all-time high for the FTSE 100 for the UK 100. So we might be seeing this continue to happen across board, but we know that inflation is still sticky. So yesterday we saw UK inflation predicted 1%, and these basically means that the Bank of England at some point will be forced to hike interest rates. So in the previous data that we've been following for the UK, one thing we have seen is a tight labor market, meaning that jobs are in plenty. And on the other hand, we are seeing very high inflation. So this combination basically forces the Bank of England for a strong rate hike. So potentially a 50 basis point for the next meeting. And this would weaken equities, whereas strengthening the currency, in this case, the UK pound. So just to show you even more on the same. So there's quite a number of news that you have seen for today. Debt ceiling, still a major issue for the US. So remember, the deadline has already been met. So now potentially the Fed would run out of funds to honor the US debts, or rather not the Fed, but the US Treasury Department. So in this case, there's still negotiations between Democrats and Republicans to try and pass a new law to basically extend the US debt ceiling. So if they don't come into an agreement before July, then the US will be forced to default on its debt. This will have a lot of impacts in the markets. So there's a very weak likelihood, or a very small likelihood, that the US will default its debt. So the market is already pricing in some potential agreement between Democrats and Republicans in the US. So besides this, there's the issue of this cocktail of sticky inflation and tight labor market, which is boosting the chances the Bank of England for a bigger rate hike. So these we already discussed today. Then what else? So this is our premium news again. So we know that some time back, that is about 6 months back, we saw the Ethereum, second biggest currency, forming what called a hard fork. So this hard fork was named Ethereum Merge. So after this happened, apologies for this, we saw the Ethereum chain transition from a proof of work to a proof of stake, which was more energy efficient. And now we are looking to potentially another upgrade that will be happening in March. So the thing is, for Ethereum to continue progressing well, some things have to be fixed. For instance, the people who staked their Ethereum in March were not able to unstake their Ethereum at maturity. And this basically means that a lot of people who stake their money are stuck in their staking position until the developers code a new way to unstake their staked Ethereum. So currently, about 16 million Ethereum, or 14% of the total supply, which is staked on the Beacon chain, amounting to approximately $25 billion at current prices. And this is a sizable amount that will gradually become liquid after the Shanghai hard fork. So I want you to take some time, if you're a crypto trader, look into the Shanghai hard fork and try to understand what it means. So once the hard fork happens in March, what we will be expecting is that the people will be able to unstake their Ethereum. So when you combine this information with the SEC, so the US Securities and Exchange Commission has been doing a big roundup of crypto companies in the US, forcing them to pay fines. We saw it happening with Kraken, where they were fined $30 million, and they were authorized not to offer staking as a service anymore. So once these guys are able to stake their Ethereum, the US companies will force to liquidate those positions since they will not be able to offer staking as a service. So what this basically means is that about $25 billion worth of Ethereum will be instantly added to the market supply, and this has the potential to drive prices lower. So the main reason I'm mentioning this, that we are still in February, is because the markets are always forward-looking. So this is public information. Everyone knows that this will happen, and immediately the supply is released to the market, then this is expected to drive prices down. So for any holders who are still holding on Ethereum, yes, we had a big surprise rise yesterday. So as Bitcoin went up 11.24%, Ethereum also rose 8.71%. At some point, we'll be expecting some form of pullback while investors prepare for the Shanghai hike. So as they prepare, they're looking to offload their positions in preparation for increased supply. So a potential dip in Ethereum is coming. So that's it for today. If there's any questions, I'm willing to take on those questions as we approach the end of the presentation today. So there's a good question here. Hi, Fred. Hi, Mercy. I would like to prepare a day to teach us how to analyze by supply and demand and fair value gaps. Definitely, we'll try and check on this. With the SEC's crackdown on staking, preempt a bear run on Ethereum. So yes, there's a good chance that a bear run happened on Ethereum. So you have to be prepared about that. So one last thing that we'll be checking on before I close the session will be the performance of one AI stock, that is Palantir, which happened to open with a gap Tuesday after they announced surprise earnings of 4 cents compared to an expectation of 3 cents. So this was the first time that the company turned profit after making losses over the last couple of years, especially after being listed. The company was listed during COVID, wasn't doing well, but there was a big highlight foreign market investing in the company. And now that the company has become profitable, might be seeing continued investment. So since the opening on Tuesday, the stock has currently rallied about 34%, and we might be expecting some even further ups. So it's one of the key companies to consider, especially looking at this bear market that lasted a couple of years, and now we are seeing the company breaking towards the upside. So from a technical perspective, you can see it's a multi-year triangle. So it's a triangle that started on February last year. So this is a whole year the market was moving sideways, right after forming a very strong bear market since the listing of the company. So you can see from around August 21, the stock was trading at around $28 per share, dropped all the way to around $6 per share, and now has recovered all the way up to $10 within a very short period of time. So you can already see that the low of this period here, $5.9, was happening on the 24th of January. So technically, in under 1 month, we have seen this stock rally from this point here all the way up by about 70%. So these are big surprise in the market, something that you want to consider, especially if you are a stock trader, because there could be even higher chances that this company will be doing much better. So there is a lot of buzz happening around AI companies. This is one of the biggest companies that are offering AI products, and it's currently commanding property, especially in terms of big data processing systems for the US government departments. So thank you very much, guys, and I hope to see you on the next session. So a good comment from Young Million. Thanks, Rufas, for your great teaching, and I've started improving my trading. Thank you. This is really what we want to achieve. So for anyone watching this, make sure that you invite every other trader out there. Be attending these sessions at 11 a.m. It's a short period, a snapshot. So it only takes about 15 minutes. And within this period, we get to cover what is important in the market and to help you in your trading. So invite everyone you can. Let's make this a success. Hi, Rosalind. Thank you for joining the session.